Michael Rubin, thank you so much for talking to A and I. How do you assess the current tension, at this point that's happening between the two countries, India and Pakistan?
Look, there is no moral equivalence between the two countries. Pakistan started the conflict with its support for terrorism. Indians were the victim of terrorism. While I was initially critical that Prime Minister Modi had taken so long to respond, in hindsight, it's clear that the Indian military was carefully planning, and the Indian military has shown itself to be far more capable. Pakistan is thrashing about, looking for a way to save face. But Asim Munir should understand that the first rule of hole digging is when you're in a hole, stop digging. As we look forward, while Pakistan is trying to perhaps ramp up tension in the hope that external diplomats while Army Chief Asim Munir is perhaps ramping up tension in the hope that external actors, perhaps the United States, perhaps China, perhaps both of them, will impose a quiet. The fact of the matter now, looking forward, there can only be one metric by which we look at the diplomatic solution to this issue. Pakistan has to be designated by the United States to be a state sponsor of terror. The fact that Pakistan, on one hand, sought plausible deniability for the actions of terrorists, but on the other hand is rallying to their defense, should be troubling to everyone in the world and eye-opening as well about the true nature of the Pakistani regime.
India also has that right to defend themselves, as other nations have the right to defend themselves against terrorism.
First of all, let me clarify. While the United States has previously designated individual terrorist groups like Lashkar-e-Taiba, we haven't designated Pakistan itself as a state sponsor of terror. It's time to stop designating the tentacles of the octopus and designate its head, period. Now, beyond that, absolutely, the United States should side unequivocally with India. The job of any democratic leader is to protect its citizenry. And what we see Prime Minister Modi and others across the Indian political spectrum doing is rallying to the realization that all Indians are under threat. Before this started, Asim Munir gave away his goal. He argued that Hindus and Muslims should not be able to live together. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Munir. The fact of the matter is they live together successfully in India. And the only reason that they no longer live successfully together in Pakistan is because Pakistan has systematically driven its minorities out of the country. Pakistan, where are your Sikhs? Pakistan, where are your Hindus? Pakistan, why are your Christians fleeing? The fact of the matter is, every time Pakistan fails inwardly, in terms of corruption, in terms of economy, in terms of society, its leadership turns its guns on its own minorities in order to distract the Pakistani people from the government's own failings. That is the playbook of a failed state. Fortunately, India has a different playbook, one in which all Indians thrive,